If you want to be physical, he back cuts, Danger opens up, and you leave Crocker Johnson all alone for that 17-footer.
Memphis has won for its last 9 after starting this game 7 of 11. Here's Haggerty. He's got numbers facing him the entire time in the entire possession of his
time in this game.
Haggerty. .15 here to shoot. Rogers. Haggerty again. Cisse puts it in.
A great find by in the Mountain West Conference tournament. It's almost jarring to see all these shots not go in. He's had good looks.
Corner look for Rogers.
Wow.
Well, he's hit a couple of those from that spot.
Against UAB and games away from Bartow Arena. Tyron Moore is asleep and Haggerty rips it away from him. Musa Cisse with the jam.
Well, that's a possession there. Just harassing McGee, 94 feet.
Haggerty finds Jordan all alone.
Mound. We'll go see that. Get some good barbecue.
Okay, sign me up. Len back on the floor, playing in those pink sneakers. An air ball from Tulane. Haggerty to Carter for 3. Yeah! P.J. Carter. Lob into Daniels, who's battling foul trouble in the first half. And that shot is blocked by Danger. He closes with great speed.
I'm not even sure he jumped on that one.
Haggerty tied up. Works it inside to Cisse. 9 and Florida with the SEC championship game preceding us tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN.
Memphis had those 13 fast break points in the first half, just 6 here in the second.
3 ball uses every bit of the rim and goes for the freshman gets it to go 5th in the league in 3-point percentage.
A good confident shot for him. He was non-existent offensively last game.
Danger receives the entry pass and Brumbaugh puts it up. He's really been shooting the ball well.
Look how well Tulane gets back after the missed shot, though.
And 3 good from the wing from Kobe Wright. Cortez working on Danger's back in there with a right shoulder wrap, and Danger with his second block of Cortez in this game. Haggerty feeds the big fella. Let him eat. Last night, Shockers by 1. Still haven't made a field goal since the 4:32 mark of the first half. They've been getting it done at the line. Danger. Stolen away by guess who? Haggerty finds Okoji. And he's able to
Wichita State an inch away from a putback to make it a 2-point game, and then unable to collect the rebound.
Hunter challenge 3. Yes! And Memphis
Now turning the corner. C.J. Brown kicks it right back out. Stroud 3. It is no good. P.J. Carter with the board, pushing it up to Haggerty. Back to Carter. The triple. Have come off those turnovers. Again in transition, Jimmy Williams. He misses that 3. Here comes P.J. Haggerty back the other way.
Pretty basketball.
To Danger, and he lays it in.
To go out and shoot the quickest shot, like they were playing pickup basketball. He's talking to them about how they need to execute. That's pretty good execution right there. 7 offensive rebounds in the first half. Memphis actually had 16 second chance points off of those rebounds.
Largest lead of the night for the Memphis Tigers at 3. Hunter again. He's a heat check. Turning the corner, C.J. Brown. His shot tipped by Musa Cisse, his 4th block of the night.
Physicality that he brings down low definitely makes a difference.
Step back 3, tough one. Kobe Rogers, he's starting to heat up, and Vasquez puts it in.
Scrappy play by Yaxel Lindeberg.
Quickly on the other end, Kobe Rogers. Aguero. Man, every UAB player's got that mid-range locked down.
That was good patience by UAB as Aguero able to knock that down after a strong defensive effort by the Memphis Tigers.
Haggerty throws it up. Cisse gathers underneath the rim and yams it home.
Gets a rebound. Haggerty does a really good job in rebounding the ball from that guard position. 5.6 rebounds per game. Jourdain.
I like to see him go right inside the danger here. Let him go one-on-one, man. That's what I wanted to see.
Instead, it's Hunter now. Gives it back to Haggerty. Double team, gets it to Hunter. He's free in the corner, and he beats the shot clock. Occasion on defense, and we are tied at 46.
We got a ball game. You can hear this Memphis crowd, this Tiger faithful, trying to rally their team, just looking for a spark, looking for energy. And who's going to be the answer for the Tigers? That's what you're asking yourself right now.
Baden Powell and Anglin, 13 apiece. Danger, pump fake, gets it.
Switch it up, switch ball screens. Let your defense dictate your offense right now. You can't shoot it from three very well this game. Okay, cool. Get turnovers, get out and run.
Trey, Memphis coming off the win over Florida Atlantic. There's an alley-oop dunk for Danger. Lead is 4 for Memphis, under 2 to play. Haggerty now at 19. Danger blocks the shot. Danger behind the defense. Danger lays it up and in.
And he pays it off.
I'll tell you what, he may not talk a lot, but he's very active. He makes up for it with his activity.
Yates brings it down. He's had a couple of birds.
Especially like one here today, if you want to improve your seeding. They've done the work you need to do in the non-conference. Now, wow, big-time move, Tyrese Hunter. This has not been a pretty opening, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been entertaining.
Who does that favor?
I think, to be honest, that favors Wichita State, because if neither team is making shots, try to grub it up, make it a little bit ugly. If I'm Coach Paul Mills, I hope A.J. McGinnis gets going. He's really the only guy on this Shockers roster that is strictly an offensive shooter type deal, and you better get over the help.
USF midweek, 80-65. He's 11-2 against this Wichita State program. Rogers hooks. Danger gives it up. Haggerty underneath. Jourdain with another flush.
Ronnie DeGray III he doesn't score a ton of points for this team, but defensively today he has been everywhere, and he gives up one right there, but the contest.
Hunter step back pop. It's a 3, and it's
more play calls I think he has his entire career.
Corner 3 off the rim. Danger the rebound. DJ Haggerty. Great example. He gives him 3.7 assists a game. Danger with the fake. Beautiful move.
I think they've got.
Now they can, throw a rock in a mud puddle every once in a while, come up with a bad loss. They dropped one to Arkansas State in the non-con. Here's Haggerty trying to turn the corner. Williams had him cut off. Danger.
Get taken away, but they've done a pretty good job on the defensive end. A little bit of a reversal of what happened in that last game where Temple dominated the backcourt. Just an easy dunk. At some point, you got to go get the basketball. Yeah. There's 2 parts to rebound. You got to block out and hit somebody, but then you got to go get the ball too.
Right. Haggerty going up top. Doesn't get the bounce. Stanford the offensive rebound. Got knocked out of his hands by Haggerty. Ahead of the pack is Jourdain. Here with a 6-point lead for the Tigers. Dazzoni sneaks through to put up the runner, doesn't go. Haggerty running the break with Danger and Harris. It's Harris for 2.
Having his hands down to try to deflect a bounce pass. So great catch, great finish there.
Not only is Haggerty a scorer, right, 3rd in the nation, he assists tremendously with this team. 86 assists on the season, leads the way. We saw him running the break, keeping his head up, looking up the floor. Here's a 3-ball. It's good by Kobe Rogers. Return after missing this game for the first time in his career.
Both teams obviously a little bit short-handed, but they've played and not missed a beat. as Temple goes back to the 2-3 zone here. PJ Haggerty's been terrific. Those free throws, if they would start to pick up full court a little bit, maybe just to try to put a little bit of pressure here on Memphis, but Memphis is going to slow it down, run your offense. Clock obviously becomes your ally here with this 10-point lead.
Haggerty, a fake, and then a feed, and Jordan.
Super athletic.
Very slick. Rogers for three, got it.
And that's what I'm sure the Memphis training staff, their athletic training staff and strength coaches, I mean, how about that?
Another steal by Memphis. So the full court pressure is getting to Tulsa as they turn it over for a 12th time and back-to-back right out of a timeout.
And Musa Cisse, to that update, is now sitting on the bench, so he's back on the bench.
Hunter, that's 3 straight triples for Memphis. 2 by Tyler. Remaining in the second half, a fresh 20 for Memphis after the kicked ball. Gage, a great feed, and that'll be goaltending.
Memphis not really in the same vicinity as Akuche, and he takes advantage of it. Doesn't shoot a lot, but knocks it down.
Only the third three-pointer made this season. Akuche was 2 for 13 from deep before that make. Haggerty to the corner. Contested 3 and a little talking area travel piece.
Well, guys, there seems to be a shift on the right side. Ever since they've made a couple of their last few shots, there's been an excitement around the team that I didn't see in the first couple minutes of the game.
Back-to-back threes from Dante.
He said a huge help in all of that has been his staff. He said, look, when you're trying to build a program, you need people who are bought in and giving the right messaging to your team, and his staff has done that.
Beautiful pick and roll, no look pass, and uses a screen from the smaller Husseinovic to finish.
A big couple plays out of the timeout to keep it within single digits. They force Memphis into a tough shot and they miss it, and then you come down and you score on the other end. So a couple big plays out of the timeout that we've seen from Rice as they just continue to hang around.
Not often a guard like Husseinovic screens for the big man, Caden Powell. Wide open, Tyrese Hunter with 6 left on the shot clock. 4 cents.
That would be nice if we could get back to those prices.
Rice trying to complete the comeback, down 6, but they only have 1:03 remaining. Here is Tyrese Hunter in the backcourt. Good composure from Hunter. Jordan. Haggerty, good ball movement and a reverse layup finish from PJ Carter.
Bounce that he's got for Memphis. Haggerty to key it in. He's out there with Jordan, Hunter, Danger, and Carter, and a nice finish by Penny Hardaway rolling with Haggerty, Hunter, Danger, Carter, and Rogers back in. Carter shot ready again.
That's so funny. I saw it happening. I saw a miscommunication, and that's why I specifically said, don't ask me why.
It'll be zone next possession.
You have to communicate. You're switching or not. Whatever you're doing, you have to communicate. They lost sight of that.
Here's Carter on the baseline, forced it through for Haggerty, and now Rogers. Another good look. Carolina, Duke, Arkansas, Kentucky, and that follows College game day before Carolina Duke tips at 6:30 p.m. Rogers hits another.
This Tulane team really plays well together. They have good body language. They communicate very well. And they're not all young in age, but they're young together. And it takes time to figure out how one another wants to play. That's just going to be too easy.
Down. And UAB, the 9th highest scoring team in the country, has started 1 for 8. Rolled inside to Danger for the dunk. Haggerty. Jordan will miss the layup. Coleman, and it floats it to nobody. Rogers picks up the steal. Danger wants the lob and gets it from Haggerty. Conference games had a combined 15 first half points. 56 of his 71 points in the American games had come in the second half. So a point of emphasis to get him finally involved early. Danger will screen for Haggerty. 4 to shoot.
I mean, why not? Who else are you going to give it to? They can't. 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Free throw's good for Ezuero, 4 for 4 from the line. 9-point lead for Memphis. Under 3 to play in this first half.
UAB going to the extended 1-3-1 look.
Rogers hits his second. Haggerty with 13, 4 assists. Danger with 16 and 6 rebounds. And there's Hunter with it.
UAB just has to find a way to put a couple stops together. It can't be one here, one there. It's got to be 3, 4, 5 in a row if they're going to get back into this game.
Danger right-handed. You deserve that roll.
The dynamic of this team offensively just changes so much with Dane Danger on the bench. So depending on how it goes here, a much needed basket to maybe give everybody a free there by Tyron Moore.
Ezuero, no. Haggerty, Jordan, and 1, and Moore misses it. 86% free throw shooter, leaves a couple of points out there.
Well, going back to the turnovers, you see potentially another one right here, almost a backcourt violation. The problem with them is their live ball turnovers that lead to uncontested points on the other end of the court.
Rogers 3. Only one has lived up to the billing so far. Wichita State hopes this is the day that turns their season around. And Memphis starts with the ball. Don Daly, Mike Roberts, Kip Kissinger, an outstanding officiating crew with us tonight from the Mid-South. Jordan inside gets the first bucket. Nick 2 to shoot. Hill, lob play. Oh, what a play it was, and Washington couldn't finish. Out of timeout. Brilliance from Paul Mills. Everything but the finish for Washington. Hunter, Washington's all over him. They have not allowed Hunter to get clean looks from 3, which was a major part of the shoot-around today. Haggerty on Cortez. And there's a 3 for Koji, his first shot in the last. When he was at Montverde Academy, his roommate was Precious Achua, who's now in his 5th year in the NBA. Yep. Former Memphis Tiger, Precious Achua. Haggerty, a fumble by Carter, hoists it anyway and banks it home. 10 to shoot, minute 50 in the game. No made field goals since the 7-18 mark. And that's not going to change. Hunter off the bounce from Haggerty. Slams Memphis into a 2-possession running lineup.
He started the last outing against Wichita State. First start of the year for him, making another one here and getting it going early.
He's a tough kid, really can put the ball on the deck, plays extremely hard, Swiss Army knife, and also showing his ability to shoot the 3 today.
3 ball up, and that is good. One the leg, tough finish at the rim.
Man, Nick Graves, smoother than the other side of the pillow right there on that finish, really just chopping up and dissecting that Memphis defense to get to that finish. And the good thing about that offensive possession was Charlotte used a ton of time on that shot clock, and that's what they want to do against Memphis today, because Memphis is one of the fastest teams in the American.
Haggerty surveying. Gets it back from Tyrese Hunter, who will launch a 3. That's good.
It's got to be top 5 team, right?
You beat the top 5, then you storm?
I think so. I mean,
I like it. Hey, I like it.
The standards for court storming have changed a great deal.
Here's Mashburn. Tough shot for him. Too strong off the glass. Into Haggerty. He's only got 4 in the game. Averages more than 22. Towards the corner, and the 3 successful for Tyree.
Let's remember, ball security. 6 turnovers in the first 8.5 minutes. Only 4 in the last 20.5.
Hunter's got 14 in the game. Unselfish here to Rogers for 3. Yes, for the Tiger. It is a back and forth colossal matchup.
Well, there's no question. Blue Bloods are in the building on Monday.
All right, here we go out of the timeout. Danger inside. They needed that. 11 in the game. 8-point game. Haggerty gives it up, and the finish from Danger.
39, and Penny Hardaway impressed with the way his team not only took a big lead, but then continued and then even extended that big lead. Danger inside was a big part of that. He had all 16 of his points.
This is fourth school, right? Memphis, Oklahoma State.
We say third school, fourth stop.
Yes.
Cisse up top, the feed from Haggerty.
It was sad to see Dusty May go, but absolutely respect the job he did here and wish him nothing but the best. He did a terrific job at Michigan. Absolute joy to watch that team right now. But this is a special job, and I think that's what Coach Jake has felt was this is a great opportunity, and also what he's...
Ole Miss wearing the road blue. And it's Cisse winning the tip for the Tigers. All-time series dates back to 114 years ago. Memphis leads at 29-16. On the tip, Cisse. On the other end, it's Matthew Morrell. In his 5th year, he wants to have a big game as well because this is a homecoming. He is a Memphis native. On the corner, 3-ball falls for... Jourdain cutting, and his jumper rattles in. David Barnes comes back on the floor to replace Juju Murray for Ole Miss. As Jourdain highlighting him one-on-one, and he's in the corner, 3 left short again. Rebound goes to Rogers.
That's the shots that Ole Miss is going to have to make in this game because Moussa Cisse should be a liability when they can pull him away from the basket.
Heat check. Oh, he's hot. Oh, he's
0.9% last year. He's played an outstanding basketball game.
His own toughest critic, Penny Hardaway, said we got to get him to get a little easier on himself. He's starting to feel it. Rogers just draw up a play for situation he stepped into.
He's feeling better now as Rhodey banks it in after the 4th Memphis turnover. UVA by 4 in the first 6 minutes. 4 for their last 6. Jourdain. Hunter for 3. Tyrese Hunter. 5 to shoot. It's Murray. Had 7 in the first half. Swirls it out from 3. Memphis looking for its first lead. And a goaltender. Going to slay another power conference team. The floater from Rhodey won't go. Tyrese Hunter and Colby Rogers combined just 1 for 12 from 3 in this game, but Haggerty and Danger willing Memphis to the lead. It's going to be Haggerty. It typically is. He's tripped up. He finds the 3-point.
And you give Day-Day Ames the opportunity to find space.
Space that we haven't seen Virginia have much in this second half. Lead back down to 4, 6.5 to go. Here's Hunter, gets free. You knew it was coming. Career high 26. Yeah. Great game against Purdue, which has really challenged itself in the non-conference. Free throws by Saunders cut the lead to 4. Jourdain inside. Jourdain has and one of the best in the country.
Awesome day of college basketball gets started at 11 a.m. Eastern time. 10 a.m. back in Memphis. Good to get it started from Little John Coliseum. Memphis in the black gets going with Tyrese Hunter, P.J. Haggerty on the perimeter. Part of one of the best backcourts in the country going up against a very good Clemson D. This is Colby Rogers who can stroke it. Junior unaware of that.
A lot of people would miss out on that one, though.
Jourdain, tough finish.
Chef, because there's chef hats in the building in Little John right now, and the Tigers take their first lead of the game. Should I say Clemson Tigers? Because the Tigers have led the entire game.
And will the rest of the way. Approaching 90 seconds to go in this first half. Cisse comes up, frees some space for Danger, who answers right back.
On the road last Saturday, and would have been another big one there to make it a one-possession game if he was able to get it to go down.
He's improved his shot a ton this season. Jourdain straight on, cans it.
Think about that. He's up to 16 points So offensively, he's gotten the job done. Only 5 rebounds, which is 7 under his game average.
Colby Rogers buries it. Colby
kid showed up.
1-point game. Rogers off a screen. Short offensive rebound. Tyrese Hunter for the lead.
The best time to shoot the
Tough shot. That's what you got to do defensively for Memphis. Haggerty the rebound, running the break. Colby Rogers. 3 ball. Good. It's Dominguez. 17 points for him. He's yet to miss from 3-point range. He's 3 for 3. As Danger was calling for it in the post.
Talked about second halves, not coming out to a hot start, and it came back to finally bite them against Southern.
Haggerty inside. Cisse. Oh, he dunks over Bacho. Newman to the hole. Bacho. Stolen. Haggerty has it. 5 seconds to Hunter. Lays it up, lays it in. It's a 1-point game, and La Tech will not get a shot off. Lead at 45-44. Abram, tough runner, and Cisse the rebound. Memphis has the numbers now, 3-on-2. Hunter from Haggerty. Memphis football that they went back-to-back with at least 10 wins for a season. Danger gets it inside. Oh, what a spin move and monster dunk. Danger working on Bacho. Turnaround baseline jumper short. But right back out to Rogers.
Second chance opportunity once again for the Tigers. And that's 3 straight offensive possessions that La Tech couldn't stop Memphis from getting.
That's 18 offensive rebounds for Memphis. 7 on the shot clock. Hunter called for it. Haggerty got him the ball, and he drills the...
He's making his presence felt. 8 rebounds, right? He went out early with 2 fouls, didn't play a ton. The second half, he's just making his presence felt.
Well, if you're La Tech, you got to think here under a minute that you got to foul, but you don't want to foul Haggerty. You hope Danger touches the ball and you foul Danger. But right now, they've elected not to foul. 3 Rogers, and that might do it.
You can rebound like that, like Janai Broom. He's an NBA player.
Rogers again. Wow. The best in the country. Michigan State is shooting 20%, dead last. You got to imagine it's going to be hard for Michigan State to win unless they improve from beyond the arc. They went 2 for 21 in the win yesterday. And there's an early one for Memphis. The 3. Short. Loose. And Haggerty's got it. Behind the back, into traffic, finds the open man, and Cisse the slam. Aiken shovel pass, Zapawa extra pass, Fiddler had it blocked. Haggerty ahead to Hunter, and it's all Tigers right now.
Difficult against Auburn, but Carolina's going to have to get more from its big guys. It's a team that's been carried by its guards, and R.J. Davis had 30 points against Dayton. Seth Trimble 27. What an amazing comeback by the Heels.
Another 3 for Colby Rogers. Transfer from St. Mary's.
That was a big shot for Aiden Mahaney. He came into this game shooting barely 30% from the field after transferring in, as you mentioned, from St. Mary's. He's trying to get used to the speed at which UConn does things, and he'll get his bearings quickly. He's a really good player.
2-time All West Coast Conference, 14 points per game last year. Rogers again knocks it down. The other great players that UConn has had. You're getting better in practice. And right now, Dan Hurley's got only 1 starter in the game, again in part because of the foul trouble. A corner 3 for Hunter. Big shot.
And that opened it up before he lost the ball and regained it. But I still think shot fakes and ball fakes are huge for UConn in this game.
Stewart now 6 for 7, 14 points. Jourdain from the corner with the answer. Corner 3, well short for Stewart. Memphis ball with a chance to expand the lead. Great pass ahead to Jourdain. Strong 2-handed rebound there by Cisse.
Memphis can take their time here. You don't want to take the air out of the ball, but there's no reason to be in a rush.
Haggerty inside, up and in for Danger.
Newberry gets in at a 4-second shot. It won't go. Here comes Haggerty. And he'll go to the rim if you give him that opportunity. Here's an opportunity. And drop it. Well, you know they're going to.
Keys to the game, a lot of them say just being healthy. Just being healthy, man.
Clayton, no. And the only thing he struggled with in this first half is his three-point shooting. Rogers got it from the corner. Colby Rogers.
Other end and then run the floor and be the first guy out. And how about his guards rewarding him? Oh, wow, right inside. Great
that's
play
great.
call, man. Great play call.
Well, they have these exhibition games are against D2, D3 schools, but a little bit of a changing of pace here.
Yeah, a great thing by Penny to get his team prepared before you get the season. And right now, you see the Rebels come out of that timeout that Coach Kevin Kruger called. Show a 1-3-1 right now just to throw Memphis off on this last possession.
You got 7 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bounce pass, 3. Left corner is good. Colby Rogers. He's starting to heat up, CT.
Boy, oh boy, Bear is a big boy on the inside. Again, once he gets position, he got a great soft touch, that time finishing.
What was the quote you had against Alabama State?
It was pretty unbearable on Monday. Blow for blow, and right now it looks like we're going to head that way the rest of this way with 7 minutes left. 4-point lead for the Rebels.
Danger gets the pass on the right block. Gobert Cherry went up in the air, got upended.
Long shots equal long rebounds, and for Memphis, you don't want to give Missouri easy transition buckets like that one.
11-7, Mizzou up 4.
And Missouri now switching from that zone, now going to a little man-to-man.
Rogers, good pump fake, got Shaw up in the air. 5 on the shot clock. Haggerty, oh, great feed inside. On short, Mitchell last year for Duke averaged 11.6 points per game. Started 67 of 68 games in his 2 seasons with the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Missouri isn't shy with the experience.
Jump stop Haggerty to Carter, got it.
Love that PJ Haggerty's playing off.
Just 6 of 19 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. Mizzou now has that shooting percentage up to 52.9 because they're getting the high percentage shots.
Yeah, they are, and they're having some success in this zone right here, soft 3-2 zone, right, covering the top of the key, making Memphis shoot those long threes.
There's one, and it goes.
Can shoot it though. Yep. He can shoot it. Say, hey, this is what we're going to do on the next possession.
3 from the wing for Rogers, and 7 turnovers now for Missouri, 10 for Memphis. Haggerty top of the key with 12 to play in the second half. Working against Perkins. In traffic. Oh, what a nifty pass to Danger.
It's a really good pass.